good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Rants About Tech Live. Number 238. Number 238 for this, what do we got here? Tuesday, January 13th. I'm your host, Rod, here in sunny Philadelphia, here with some of my really good friends in the chat. We got eInk here today. Alex is always here early. Aaron, how you guys doing today? Good morning. We got a few other members in the chat crew today. I appreciate you guys all for being here. It feels good today. The energy is up today. Even though the show is going to be this is a minimal show. One moment. Hold on. I added a light to the live show. Oh, Sony, what's going on? Why are you looking at the orange, Sony? I'm not an orange. I'm a human being, Sony. Oh, why did... There we go. Now I'm in focus. I appreciate you guys for dealing with me today. Rants About Tech Live. This is a show we talk about tech news, talk about eInk news, random stuff for the day. Again, today was going to be a pretty paltry show. Paltry. It's a word. We learned that here on the live stream a little while back. But that's the kind of show it's going to be today. We don't have a lot of tech news to talk about. Today's going to be more of a show and tell kind of day. Oh boy, we lost people already. Oh my goodness. We're getting started early. So yeah, it's going to be more of a show and tell day today. We got nib stuff to talk about today. So that's going to be the bulk of the show. I got Prince going right now. SpongeBob card 90 minutes later. Yeah, exactly. But I got Nips to show. I got Prince going right now. I'm so excited. So excited. I gotta get this maker channel started because I got more 3D printers than I know what to do with right now. We talked about the Form Labs Form 4 on this show not too long ago. There's a lead time on that thing. It's a 28-day lead time on that. If you want one, oh boy. Got hot in here real quick. If you want one of those, Sony, why are you losing me? Oh, there we go. If you want one of those, it won't be anytime soon. It won't be anytime soon, and I want one. Sadly, it won't be anytime soon. Good morning, brother. How you doing? Thanks for showing up. I called my brother for some counsel on this Form Lab situation. Like, bro, should I do it? There's possibilities here that I haven't thought about. So let me know. He was like, well, is it business related? It's like, yeah, do it. I'm like, okay, that makes it simple. So we're gonna do it here. I'm feeling. I get this every time I go hit the buy button. The Form Labs gear is expensive. I got my investors nervous. They're like, oh, I believe in you. I think you can do this, but that's a lot of money. Meanwhile, I'm like, yeah, let's do it. No, yeah, do it. But every time I go to push the button, I start sweating like, oh, doubt creeps in. But I need it. It's a real production enterprise tool. I'm doing real production enterprise things. We talked about this the other day. The 3D printer I have right now, that thing's for models. Not for functional working parts that you need to be really strong, you know? Sheen says, and did you order all your peripherals too? Because Form Labs is serious. Yes, it is serious stuff, Sheen. I did not, listen, the last live stream when you were like, yeah, your job has them, that's what made me go do my real deep dive research into it. Because I'm like, oh, people are using these in healthcare facilities? I went and did my research. I'm like, damn, all hospitals have one. Especially if they have a dental section. like holy cow. I'm like, yeah, serious stuff. So I'm probably gonna get a few resins. The thing I was thinking though about this thing was buying different vats. I'm like, I hate cleaning vats. Takes a lot of time. This thing's gonna save a lot of time. If you're into 3D printing, I'm gonna, you know what? All my research, I'm gonna tell you guys all of my research right now for resin 3D printing. I'm gonna break it down to you right now in a nutshell. Yes, you are. Growth is scary, but you're going enterprise. Absolutely, eInk. Yeah, and I need a real machine that's going to do real production stuff, and that's what I was about to say here. So Aaron says, right, all you need is slightly better EMR than that Boox pen. With your crystal nib, you will make a killer. Absolutely. And this device is going to get me there. It's going to get me closer to that dream. 100%. Starts with the nib, and then we're going to extend it. But the point is, I've realized that in my 3D printing journey, can we call it a journey? Is that the consumer devices and to some extent the consumer resins too. So what I've realized is, man, the consumer resins are really built around models too, not really functioning parts. You can get some higher end resins on traditional like platforms like Anacubic and Elegoo, right, and Bamboo. You can do that. Some companies make the higher end resins for those printers. But what Formlabs is doing, and they're taking the guesswork out of 3D printing. They're saying, hey, if you buy our resins in our machine, you will never have to touch resin. You will never have to touch resins or 3D print settings. It's just going to work. You put in what you want to print, and it's going to be accurate, dimensionally accurate. So that's going to be huge for me and big time. So I'm looking forward to that. What else we got here? I need this maker channel, or I need a Zoom call with you and Shing. I need to learn 3D printing. 3D printing is fun. I've learned a lot with it. And even though I've had tons of mistakes with the Elegoo that I bought, I'm glad that I learned that way, because I learned settings after I get into a whole automated system. I mean, I'll be able to go in and change some of the settings in this system that I'm getting. BM, good morning, sir. Thanks for joining. Although I'll be able to change some of the settings in this 3D printer. It won't be like I won't have to, right? It'll be something, if I want to do it, I can, but I won't need to. If I'm trying to optimize my print, good. But right now I find myself trying to work settings just to get a functioning or just to get a print, right? Not a functioning print, just a print that I can analyze and say, okay, what do I need to do now to make this better? I'm failing more than I'm succeeding now, but I have gotten prints that are good. We're going to talk about those. So I want to show some of those prints today. But let's talk about the only real stuff that's going on today, which, by the way, this is a real human being show here. I don't know if you guys know that. I've been listening to podcasts lately, and at least two of the podcasts that I'm listening to in my rotation on a daily basis have gone out of their way to make sure that we understand that they aren't AI. Remember we talked about this a little while back, chat? I was like, a lot of podcasts are sounding like AI. That's because they are. That's because they are. And a lot of podcasts are going through. Have you guys noticed this? Have you guys, any of the podcasts that you guys listen to, have you noticed that any of the podcasts are starting to say now that this is a human production? Like this is an AI, real humans. So I feel like I need to say this at the top of the show before we get going. This is a real human production. I am a real human being, although it doesn't seem like it. I'm beautiful like AI. You would think someone dreamt me up and was like, oh, this nerdy dude looks. Yeah, he's okay. He's not ugly. He's all right. He's middle of the road. He's mid like a Wednesday tomorrow. But yeah, he's okay. He does good for himself. I'm not AI though. I know I look and sound like it. The sultry voice, the AI glasses. I know. I'm bionic man-ish. But I'm not AI. I am a cyborg. I am a cyborg. Yeah, I can't believe this. Sheen says yes, all of them. I just feel like I'm gonna go out of my way to start saying the top of the show. This show was produced by humans. You're hearing a human voice right now. And although I look like AI, I'm beautiful like Rudy Huxtable. I'm not AI, okay? I'm not AI. We'll move on. Holidays today. National Public Broadcast Radio Day. If you can, support your local national public broadcast. It wouldn't be local if it's national. Oh my God, what am I doing? Chat. Local isn't national. Moving on. National Broadcast Radio Day. Support your national broadcast radio because they need our support these days. They're not getting supported by the government anymore. All right, National Poetry at Work Day. If you're at work listening to this, you're hearing my voice at work. First of all, I'm not AI. Okay, so I'm not AI, I'm human. And secondly, bust out a stanza today. Bust out a haiku or something. You know what I'm saying? At work. And if somebody questions your ability to throw out a what other form of poetry we have? We got haikus, stanzas. We got Claude is what? Claude is a sonnet. We got sonnets. We got all of that. Anyway, National Rubber Ducky Day. I don't know how many of you guys used the rubber ducky when you were a kid in the tub. See, all right, let me get real here for a second. Come in close, you guys. If you youngins didn't know back in the day, if you're pre-40, there was a thing called a tub. They would fill it up with water and they would give you a bar. This is when they had physical bar. It wasn't always in a bottle and you squeeze it out, okay, kids? It wasn't always in a bottle. We got limericks. Oh, we got the limerick down there. Somebody repping, my brother repping for the limericks. So back in the day, you had a big thing. You would fill it up with water. At some point, the water would automatically come out into the thing. But before that point, you had to go and heat it up somewhere, or maybe you didn't, and you put it in a bucket and you just filled it up. But back in the day, you would do those kind of things. They called that a bath. I know you youngins don't know anything about a bath. It's all showers all the time now, which is more hygienic. Because back in those days when you got in the tub, guess what would happen? You use the bar of soap, the physical, looks like a brick. You put that in a sock, you got a weapon. You lather up with the soap. You get into this tub, and then what happens? The dirt that you just washed off of yourself is now on the surface of the water that you now have to get out of. And then what happens to that dirt? It's right back on you. But it's concentrated dirt, so you can peel it off with your fingernail. There was a thing that we used to have to do that back in the day, kids. It was called a bath, okay? You guys don't know how good you got it right now. It's all showers all the time now. There's some houses don't even have a bathtub. It's all shower stalls. So that was and then if you're me, you grew up in the hood. You got two of your cousins in the bathtub with you, getting their dirt on you. Not one, but two. Woo. I talk crap, but those were the days. Those were the days, okay? I miss them. All right, moving on. We have no random news today, chat. We got no random news, but you know what we do got? We'll talk about a couple tech news, okay? We'll talk about a couple tech news stories. All right, here we go. What we got for tech news? First thing we got up here is Apple's not Apple's, but Samsung's Galaxy S26. We got some redesign leaks here. Let's take a look at them. Oh boy. Oh, why? We know who won last night. By the way, big up to all the people who won over the weekend for the playoffs. If you got a team that's in the playoffs, congratulations. My Bills are definitely there. Stop playing with them. They won't be trifled with, okay? We kicking butt and taking names. And by the way, Josh Allen might be the toughest quarterback in the NFL. And I'm not just saying that because that's my team. I'm not. I'm totally unbiased when I give credit to football players. If they're good, they're good. Even if you're scoring on my team, I can give you props and say, you know what, that was a good play. It's one thing I'm not as a hater. I don't hate. Even if I don't like, if you did something good, even if I don't like you, I can respect it. Go Pats. The Pats will get spanked soon though. Just don't get too happy, Dr. Lane. Don't get too happy. So congratulations to all the teams. It's sad that the Steelers lost. That Steelers loss was hard last night. It was hard to see that. I blame Josh. I blame Aaron Rodgers on that. we'll move on. I won't dwell. The dollar special. Thanks for showing up. Are there any new eInk releases to come that you're excited about? No, none. Else I'd be talking about them. I want some eInk news to be talking about. I want to be excited about. To be honest with you, I want to be more excited about the Scribe Colorsoft. I really want to be more excited about that. I'm just not. It's a good device. Great device. But it's good for one thing and one thing only. And that's looking at images. So that's its strong point. It's not the most speedy, not the most intuitive. Doesn't have the best note taking. It doesn't have the best writing experience. It's just mid. Matter of fact, it's subpar in a few areas, but one thing you cannot play with the Scribe on, and that's that screen image quality. Okay, stop playing with them. You cannot play with Amazon with that Scribe Colorsoft screen image quality. I don't care what nobody says. If you come across anybody in your eInk travels that says they know a device with a better screen than the Scribe, slap them. For lying to your face. Like, bro, why you want to lie? Why you want to lie to me? Color Scribe or Remarkable Paper Pro for image quality? It's easy. Image quality, the Color Scribe. Now, the Scribe doesn't have the best screen. Don't get me wrong. Now, there's a few factors that I take into consideration when I talk about the best screen. The Scribe is too dark for me to consider it the best screen in eInk. It's too dark. It instantly makes Amy knows what I want to say right now, but it instantly makes my stomach hurt looking at this. When I go look at it, I'm like, oh my God, it's so dark. But then I start looking at images and I'm like, oh, okay, it's you can almost forgive it, but not really. I mean, if you had to pick one over the other, Remarkable Paper Pro. If I had to choose one over the other, I'd be choosing the Remarkable Paper Pro. Because the screen is good on the Remarkable Paper Pro. It's just that the Scribe is better. But the Remarkable Paper Pro is great in areas that the Scribe is just mid at or just bad. Right? That screen contrast, way better on the Remarkable Paper Pro. I know someone who will say Supernote has a better screen than the Scribe. Me too. Me too. All right, so back to what we're saying here. New Galaxy S26 designs. Let's take a look. Here we go. Thinborn's case listings appear to confirm a leaked Galaxy S26 Ultra design ahead of Samsung's launch, which is supposed to be happening pretty soon here. The Galaxy S26 Ultra is expected to feature a refined design and rounded corners. With February 25th, 2026 launch approaching, more leaks are now lining around the same final S26 Ultra design. Samsung is expected to unveil the Galaxy S26 series in a couple of months. It feels like the S26 just came out. Has it been a year? Has it been a year, Chad? It don't feel like it. It don't feel like it at all. If recent leaks are accurate, Samsung will host a Galaxy S26 event on February 25th, 2026. Ahead of that, plenty of rumors have already outlined what to expect from upcoming flagships. All Galaxy S26 models are expected to support Qi 2 magnetic. See, I got that right. It's not a Qi. It's Qi. Magnetic wireless charging, while the Galaxy S26 Ultra should also get a larger battery and faster charging. Several leaks have suggested the Galaxy S26 Ultra will feature design tweaks, including more rounded corners than the Galaxy S25 Ultra, which should improve how it feels in the hand. I doubt that. I like sharp edges sometimes. Just don't cut me. Just don't cut me. The phone is also expected to adopt a slightly tweaked camera design with 3 lenses in a pill-shaped, slightly lifted island on the left and 2 sensors positioned to the right. And that design now appears to be confirmed by case maker Thinborn. Okay, so we're taking a look at this case right here. They're claiming that's what this is going to look like based on the case designs. And a lot of these rumors are based on a bunch of case designs that manufacturers put out to makers so that they're ready by the time the phone comes out. They don't have much more than a silhouette sometimes and some vague specs, but that's what we got now. The image shows slightly raised cutouts for the pill-shaped camera sensor on the left, along with rounded corners on the phone itself. It doesn't reveal much else, but it also appears to show the orange color option for the Galaxy S26 Ultra, and you know I love the orange. Big up for Samsung, which has been rumored before and could compete with the iPhone 17 Pro's orange finish. That orange is orangey, but it ain't orangey enough for me. I needed a little bit more pop on that orange. That was a little more subdued than I wanted. Of course, nothing is final. Nothing is final since case makers often work from early CAD renders. But with multiple leaks pointing to the same design, the Galaxy S26 Ultra is expected to look very close to this. All right. Yeah, I mean, what are we excited about this Ultra? What do we think, chat? We excited about this thing? How many Samsung Galaxy S owners we got out there who really dig this? I have one at least in the household, but like I said, I just didn't think this thing. I didn't think the 25 came out a year ago. Doesn't seem to be long ago. Next thing we got up on the list is they really are going to go on the Pokemon route. So if you don't know what that means, Palworld, and if you don't know what that is, it's a video game. Looks a lot like Pokemon, plays a lot like Pokemon, sounds a lot like Pokemon. It's Pokemon, okay? Let's not mince words here. It's Pokemon. Someone ripped them off. I don't know how they are allowed to do this. Nintendo destroys anybody and buries them in lawsuits whenever if they dream of encroaching on their IPs, they get sued. How the hell this happened, I will never know. But it's interesting nonetheless. Pocket Pair has made a surprise announcement of an official Palworld trading card game due out this summer. Pocket Pair has partnered with Japanese TCG specialist Bushiroad for Palworld official trading card game, which has a July 30th, 2026 release date. The teaser trailer is below, and we will take a look at that as well. The official blurb says, this is a 2-player competitive card game where you can enjoy strategic and tactical battles through deploying various unique pals. Players fight alongside their pal companions, gathering resources and building bases as they aim for victory. This sounds interesting. These adorable and dependable pals will utilize their own unique traits to lead you to victory. Team up with your trusty pals and experience the thrill of overcoming formidable enemies through this exciting trading card game. Let's take a look, shall we? Let's take a look at this. Turn the volume off here. We won't listen to the volume here, but we'll definitely take a look. It's Pokemon. I mean, how were they allowed to do this is just beyond me. Oh, so all right. So when they said card game, I thought an actual physical card game. They made a digital card game. Okay. All right. This is making a little more sense now to me. Yeah, Pokemon. What are we doing here? Somebody on the Palworld team has some leverage over somebody at Nintendo. This is creepily close. Like how are they allowed to do this? The Pit, fire. Oh, listen, Amy loves The Pit. I haven't checked it out yet, but I'm gonna have to check it out. I may have to check The Pit out for sure. Dude, Palworld is fun. I've never played Palworld. It's fun. You think so, Aaron? I almost bought into the hype when it first came out. But then I thought, honestly, the only reason I didn't get into the Palworld or jump on the Palworld bandwagon is because I thought Nintendo was going to squash it. I'm like, there's no need for me to invest any time or money into this game. Nintendo's going to come and squash this trash before it gets any further. And that just never happened. They're doubling down, in fact. They're like, the video game wasn't close enough? Okay, now we got a card game. Is that close enough for you? No? Okay, now we got a physical card game. Feeling uncomfortable now? Like, I don't know how they're allowed to do this. I remember seeing meme joke about people who really are into Pokemon, but to change their minds when you bring them an underground rooster fight. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. What they're doing is making a better game than what Game Freak is putting out. Is Game Freak who makes Pokemon for Nintendo? Yes, Palworld is the game Nintendo should have made. Oh, so you guys feel like, I wonder how many other people feel like that. Let's get a poll. Let's get a poll. Oh, you know what I'm gonna say is Palworld. Is Palworld better than Pokemon? I never thought I'd be posting something like this, but let's see. Is Palworld better than Pokemon, chat? What do you think? I'd be interested to know, but I would just assume Pokemon was way more popular. But you know what? Sometimes that happens. Sometimes somebody comes along and sees where people are getting complacent, and like moi, people are super complacent. I'm peeping it. But and then they're like, you know what? We can do better. We have the resources to do better, so let's do better. And that happens. Wow, you guys are agreeing on that. That's interesting. Oh, wow. Is Palworld better than Pokemon? We got one vote of no. Listen, y'all better put y'all votes where your mouth is. Chat. Let's get these votes up. All right, so what else we got here? I think that was all the tech news. I think that's all the tech news there. This is very interesting. Very interesting outcome here. Let's go ahead and get to the rest of the show. We got eInk to talk about here, and it's show and tell time. It's basically Nib show and tell time. All right, Aaron says he don't think the Palworld game is better than Pokemon, but the one he don't think Palworld is better than Pokemon, but the one Palworld game is better than what? Which Pokemon are we talking about? There's tons of them out there. I mean, as a franchise, what do you guys think? As a franchise, do you think it's better? Because there's too many games to name for Pokemon. They got X, Y, Z, Z, Zeta, Beta, Alpha, Delta, Lightning, Fury, Blue, Green, Red. Like, what the hell? It's too many Pokemon. It's too many. And you can't catch them all. Just stop thinking you can. You can't. Too many of them. All right, so Nib updates. All right, so let's take a look at here. As a franchise, no. A Pokemon is literally the most valuable media franchise in the world. I would not agree with that. That's why I'm shocked. I was shocked. I'm like, oh, that would be interesting to see people think that Palworld is better. But the game you're saying plays better than the Pokemon games, not the cards or as a franchise. I get that. All right, so the first thing we're gonna take a look at is I can't show a lot. Okay, I can't show a lot, but I'm gonna show what I can here, because the prints. This is one of the reasons I'm trying to go with the Form Labs for functional prints. I think the closed ecosystems are the way to go. If you don't want to be the person, if you want to be the person that comes up with the ideas and just the products are there, Form Labs. If you're like, I want to get into the settings, I don't mind failing, and I mind. All right, let's get down here. I should probably put a white piece of paper over here. Okay. Will this work? Not really, because then the colors get weird and the brightness gets weird. So let's just keep it right here. Actually, that's not too bad. Can we get closer than that? Holy cow. That's pretty close. Okay. So I'm gonna show what we have here, and show some standard nibs that we have, and then I'll show what I'm trying to do here. Actually, you know what we're gonna do here. I'm gonna show a picture, chat. All right, we're gonna have to close this. We're gonna have to close this poll here. Let's see what we got. 50-50. Wow. All right, so we got 4 votes, 50-50. 2 people say no, it's not better. 2 people say yes, it is better. I think the consensus is the franchise is not better, but the game people feel like it's better than the Pokemon game. So we'll end that poll there. We're gonna start this poll here. We're gonna talk about nib designs. Add option. 3. All right. Which design is better? So I'm gonna ask the question, which design is better? And you guys can tell me if whether it's A, B, or C, or 1, 2, 2, or 3. All right. So, which nib design? So let me get you guys just live. Let me get your live opinion on this. I think I'm going to put this up in the Discord too. If you're not in the Discord, the link is in the description. The invite is there. Very good conversations happening in the Discord, and you can continue any conversation we start here, or if you want to voice your opinion on anything we're talking about here today, that's the place to do it. And you can see things like what I'm going to talk about here as far as the pictures for the different designs, and then get some polls over there so we can get some people's opinions in the Discord. Also, things that I'm talking about today are also linked in the description of this video as well. So if you want more information on the story I talked about, that information is there for you. Let's see here. So I'm gonna start the poll, but then which nib design is better? A. All right, so here we go. So, we're going to get here. There we go. So I'm going to show here 3 designs that I want to show. And then we'll look at the real life designs after we take a look at this and get the poll going. Which one of these designs do you like better here? This is group A. This is group A right here. We're going to have a group B as well, I think. We're going to show a few. Just to give you, this is the first set right here. Let me know which one of these looks more appealing to you guys. There are very, very subtle differences in these 3 designs right here. I've already done this one here. And I'm going to do another one if you guys like a different design than what I picked to actually get modeled and then print up. But that's the first one. So this is A. So let me know how you guys feel about that in the Q&A, or not Q&A, in the poll right here. How many people we got in here? We got 8 people in here. If I can get a few votes on that, you guys let me know what you think. 1, 2. We got 1 vote for number 2. That's pretty all right. I can see why it's curved. People like curved things. This is pretty sharp. It's pretty sharp here. When I show you what this looks like, that may not matter. All right, so we got 3 votes now. Number 2 is getting the bulk of the votes, so 2 votes versus 1 for number 3. This one right here is just shallow, so I think I probably should have just taken that one off altogether. It's not a good very representation. What I wanted to do with this one was curve the shoulders right here, but that didn't happen. You can't tell this what my intention was here. 4 votes, 50-50 between 2 and 3. Okay. Funny enough, 2 will become 1 over time. You know what? That's a very interesting take, and you're absolutely right about that. If we're talking about solid nibs, you're absolutely right, The Rock. So start with 3. Okay. I think that might be why I picked 3 as a design. Yeah. That's so funny. Oh man. All right. So we got 6 votes now. Thank you to everyone who voted. So I really appreciate that. The feedback is very appreciated. 2's winning though. 2's got 50% of the votes. So 3 people for 2, 1 for number 1, and 1 for number 3. All right. We typically get to about 6 votes. Ooh, we got 7 now. We get above average votes right now. Again, if you guys are just joining, we're talking about I'm making my own nib for EMR Styli, and I'm trying out different designs. So we're picking a design 1, 2, and 3 here. We're trying to see which one the chat thinks is more interesting looking. How does the shape change the writing experience? Well, so I don't know that yet because I haven't printed them all. I haven't printed them yet. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Now, the material affects the writing experience a lot, and that's what I want to explore, changing the material and the shape. Now, the shape, it has more to do with strength and security than the writing experience. I settled on this shape right here, the long elongated shape. I'm gonna show you guys another one here too. All right, so let me wrap up this one because we got 7 votes. So like I said, 6 is how many we normally get, and we got 7. So I think that's a pretty good. So number 2 won that bout right here. So most people picked this one right here. But The Rock, I think, is correct in saying, question mark. What was that? What The Rock was saying is that all of them are going. This is like what it's going to look like in the beginning, but as they wear down, that's what they're going to look like. So I'm almost in agreement with. I didn't think about that when I drew these up, but I think The Rock is absolutely spot on with that. All right, so we're going to end this poll. So we got 2 as the winner for that. Now let's take a look at some different shapes. Now let's take a look at some different shapes. Now it was still A, B, and C here. Let me draw. Can I write on this? Okay. Okay, here we go. So, we got A, B, or 1, 2, and 3. Oh, why? Can we just back out now? Oh, cancel. Okay, there we go. Okay, that didn't work out well at all. And the eraser isn't working? Oh, that blows. We'll have to do this way. Oh, my bad, chat. You couldn't see that. We'll have to do that this way. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and erase this. Oh, I think that's on a different layer. No, it's not. It's on this layer. Huh. All right. I don't know why this is not disappeared. Oh, there we go. It's gone now. Okay. So this is 1, 2, and 3 here. Let's get that poll going again. Let's see what you guys think of these different designs here. Start poll. Which design is better? All right, so B. All right, so here we go. We got 1, 2, or add an option for 3, and there we go. So this is the second poll here. Now, out of these 3, which design do you think is better? What do we got here, chat? Now, I'm going to tell you, now, these designs are more about security and how they fit into the pins here. They're more about how they're going to fit in, how stable and sturdy they're going to be once they are in, and what kind of angle you can get when they're there. So that's the point behind the different designs. Not really to change the writing feel at all, but just change how secure they fit and in the pen here, and how well they fit. And I feel like the elongated wall here. This is how most nibs are. The ones that I'm using now that I buy from Lamy and Amazon. That's how they look right there, typically. That's how I designed the first nib, to mimic those. But as I started using those, I realized this wall right here. Oops. This wall right there, can I draw a line to that wall right there? It felt like it went below a certain point. So what would happen is I would put it in the pen and say, this is where the, well, yeah, let's do that. Let's just say this is where the pen meets, right? Right. So that's where the pen meets. And you see that little space right there, those little areas right there, made it look odd and weird to me. And it didn't help the security of it because there was space that I could have been using the wall to hold the nib against that would even make it more secure for one, and make it more sturdy because there'll be less flex in those spaces because there won't be any space to flex there. All the flex will be happening above this line right here versus down here, right? So that's the reasoning for making this wall right here longer. So when it goes down into here, let's get rid of that. So when it goes down into there, oh yeah, that won't do that. That's crazy. So when the actual nib goes into the pin, it'll be where it should be. No matter how far up it comes, there'll be a wall there, right? So it'll always be like this. No matter how far it sits or how far up it sits, that wall is long enough it'll always be in contact with the full surface area of the insertion point right here. So that's the purpose and reasoning behind the different designs here. It's trying to maximize security and sturdiness. How sharp is number? I didn't see the number that you were talking about there, BM. What do we got here? So how does the nib which nib design is better? So I think we got 5 votes for the second one. So number 3 seems to be number 1 and number 3 seems to be on the same footing here. We got 5 votes, 2 votes for number 1, 2 votes for number 3, and 1 vote for number 2. The same thing would happen over here with this particular nib because the wall is long. The wall isn't as long as over here, right? And I liked the sharpness of how the Supernote. So I don't have nibs in here, but I can show you guys what I'm talking about here. So when you get a Supernote pen, and I think my Vista is in the other room. I would have loved to have had that one here. So when you get a heart of metal pen, and you will see this metal part right here. You can't really see it that well here, but there's a metal portion, a metal post that the nib sticks in. That makes it look super neat because it's a nice and flat surface. I didn't want to make the surface of the nib flat like this. I needed it to have a little bit of a shoulder on it, like what it has there. Or a little bit of a slant there. So when you go to angle the pen, you have a little bit of room to angle it instead of it being so sharp there. But I don't know. I think more wall is the point and the issue. But you can get more wall with a shape like this as well, because it has enough area there it'll cover the range that you're trying to sit it into, before it, without coming up here and having that dip, right? So you don't come up here and then you have that kind of like that dip, there like that. That's what I'm trying to avoid there. Does that make sense, chat? You guys let me know if my thinking is on point with that. All right, so any number how is the shapes of these nibs? The shapes of them, well, the points of them is what's more important for the writing experience, I would imagine. And that's something I'm going to have to play with. I got a couple different iterations where they're more domed, and some where they're a little more flat like this. So I'm going to experiment with those to see what works better. All right, so we ended that poll. Let's go ahead and end the poll, actually. So we got 6 votes, which, like I said, which is about our average. So for that particular one, number 3 won out handily. So number 3, can we show number 3 here again? So you guys really like this rounded one right here. Now, the only reason I like this rounded one too, The only reason that wasn't my final pick over this one, and I'll go ahead and make that rounded one because everyone seems to like the roundedness. Even in the last section that we talked about here, or the last group that we talked about, the group that most people liked it was the rounded ones. So, you know, we might have to go there with the rounded ones there. But I'll make this one second. I'll make the rounded one next, and then we'll compare that to how they actually look. Now, I'm gonna show you how it actually looks. Okay, so all right, so let's go ahead and get to that. So this is how these are the nibs that we normally have right here. So the shape that you guys liked just now is basically this right here. So we already have that shape, and that's can we? There we go. Oh no, this is the wrong one. Yeah, that was definitely the wrong one. I thought I had a different shape. Oh, here we go. Let me go grab this shape here. There we go. All right, so the shape that you guys all just picked just now was essentially this shape right here. That's essentially the shape. Oh, wow. It can get pretty. Wow. Okay. So this is basically the shape right here that everyone said they liked. It's got the rounded dome, right? This is the shape. So if we look at this, one right here, this thing I'm holding in my hand right here is that shape just without the pointed nib, right? This is just the plastic part, right? So that's what this is, right? And these are the palm nibs right here that you can buy from Lamy. Ooh, wow, we can get pretty. These are the palm nibs that you can buy from Lamy, and that you can buy off Amazon, right? With just a rounded tip. Now, this is because I have two. This is the Norris Digital Jumbo, and by comparison, so they're different. So they're different sizes right here. So yeah. So the left one is the Norris Digital Jumbo nib. The right one is the normal palm nib. All right. Now I'm going to show you the ones that I made, my versions of these two nibs right here. Can we see these? Yeah. Okay. There we go. That's a good shot of these right here. So now I'm going to show you my version of these right here. Oh, and one more thing before I show you my version. This version right here. This is the standard version of most EMR nibs right here. So this is what you would get here. More arrow tipped, you know, with about the same amount of wall as you have angled tip. All right. So now let's talk about the ones that I have. I think we have. Oh boy. Oh yeah, we do. Okay, here we go. These things are small. These things are super small. Okay, so these are the ones that I made, and this is this design right here. I'm gonna make this one since everyone seems to like that one, the rounded. But like I said, the only reason I didn't settle on this one, because I do like this one more, is because that rounded shoulder is already being done, and this kind of like sharply angled shoulder, shallow angled shoulder is not really being done, and the sharply angled shoulder is being done too. But that shallow shoulder, kind of along the same lane as this, but not rounded. You know what I mean? So here we go. So I'm gonna show this is the one for regular pins here. And you can see the tip of it there. For all intents and purposes, the tip is so small till it's going to look rounded like the number 2 that everyone liked. Oh no, there we go. That's a good shot right there. So this is my first attempt at making my own plastic nib. And this is super strong. Super strong. And it feels pretty good too. I didn't really polish it to see what kind of smoothness I can get out of it. I'm just trying to get the shape down right now. This is the Norse Digital Jumbo version of the nib here. As you can see, a lot smaller. Same shape, just smaller. Same size tip too. Just smaller shoulder area, right? To fit the Norse. And they fit perfectly. Actually, you know what, chat? I'm gonna go get that right now and show you. Okay, my bad. We're back. Wait, you are printing these yourself? Yeah, Aaron, I'm printing these myself. These are the ones I've designed and made myself. And I've gotten good. I got pretty good at 3D printing. This is what I was saying. People were saying you couldn't do on 3D printers, but we're doing it. Yep, the rounded nib is essentially the same as the compressed felt nib I'm using now. Yep. Good balance of precision with durability. Absolutely. Yeah. This right here, I wanted to offer a little bit more precision with the ones that I made, which is why I didn't just make a blunt rounded tip. I added kind of like a nib, if you will, on the end of it to give it a little more precision. It offers you some precision for a while, and then it'll give way to the more blunt size that we're all used to, right? So it'll give you a little bit more life. All right. So anyway, this is the Norse Digital Jumbo nib that I printed for the Norse Digital Jumbo here. Like I said, it's the same style as the nib that we were just talking about here. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the Norse Digital Jumbo. So this is it right here, and it fits really good. I think this is a way better option than the one they have that comes in the Norse Digital Jumbo because it's rubber tipped, and this is just a plastic tip for the Norse Digital Jumbo here. So now we have it in there, and this is what it looks like in the Norse Digital Jumbo. It fits perfectly, gives you a little bit of a tip there without being harsh, right? And this is something you can use on glass screens without it being rubbery. If you don't want to use ceramic, right? All right, so now I'm going to grab the one I built for normal EMR, and I'm going to put that in the Lamy here. Right now, the Lamy has a crystal nib in it. But we're going to go ahead and take the crystal nib out. Can we see the crystal nib here? Lamy, why are you not getting... Why? Oh, whatever. Okay. Where is it at? Is this it? Yep, this is it. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and take the crystal nib out. Oh, I guess you can kind of see it better now that it's not in the pen. Not really. Oh yeah, you can. I love these crystal nibs. I'm just so happy I've got a nib that I think is comparable to this now. All right, so moving on. All right, so this is the one that I built. This shape right here. For normal EMR pins, that's not the Norse Digital Jumbo. So we're going to throw this in there. And again, you'll see how the walls kind of like fit up against the side of the pin there. And there we go. You see how I just think that looks really neat. There we go. I think it looks Supernote-ish, how the Supernote metal collar kind of like sits there and the nib sits inside there. I love that look, and I kind of wanted to mimic that with a actual plastic nib. I think it worked out well. I may extend the tip portion of it to make it more pronounced. I didn't want to make it too pronounced, you know what I mean? But I like it. I like it a lot. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. I like some of these 3D printed, and then for the others, Rod's grinding them by hand for hours. Yeah. Yep. Um. So what type of printer would one need for this? So you can. I think you can get good results with most of the printers that are out there right now. To be honest with you, Aaron. 3D printers are pretty ubiquitous in their feature sets, their capabilities. All of them are, the consumer ones are all pretty good. Now, you have to learn something, right? With the more industrial ones, there's nothing to learn. They automate a lot of these processes for you. So you just pretty much buy their resin, put it in the tank, hit the, load your file up and print, and you're good to go. But with these consumer level machines, like what I'm using to print these, you have to learn a little bit. And it is a steep learning curve if you want to get good quality out of your prints. And if you want to print at the detail and the level, the sub-millimeter level that I'm printing at, there's a lot to learn and a lot to go into and dig into and kind of, sink your teeth into and implement. Because a lot of these features that these printers have, but you'll never need to use them. When you're doing stuff like this, you need to use almost every setting you have at your disposal to get it right. What type of printer would you need for this? And Mitch says resin for sure. Yeah, you need resin. You can't print anything this small. You can't print anything this small on filament printers. They don't have nozzles. They don't have commercially available nozzles that can do the job. And I know because I've tried. I first got into this with filament, and now I'm all resin. But I do keep the filament for. Why would I keep the filament? I don't know, but I know I have to have one consumer machine, just so I can buy consumer level resins, because once I get this Formlabs, I'm going to be stuck in the Formlabs ecosystem. But I'll have my Elegoo to use other third-party resins when I want to do that kind of thing. So kind of, man, I'm realizing you need a lot of stuff to go on to make this work. But how do you guys feel about the shape of these? How do you guys think? Oh, let's do some writing tests. Let's do some writing tests. I'm just gonna write with this. Can I? There we go. This has my nib that I printed and put in here, with the shape that we've been talking about. Oops, let's get some black going on here. Wow, why isn't it? I could have swore. All right, there we go. Now black. Now, I've never thought about how it feels, but I do like it. There's a couple resin options I have to make these out of too. And there's one resin that I want to use. It's a nylon. It makes a nylon material, and it's a non-scratch and a friction resistant surface, which made me instantly think of a plastic nib on the devices that we use, right? So I'm gonna try that to see how that feels. But this has a lot of drag. It has felt like drag, honestly. You guys won't be able to hear this. I should do a video on these and talk about the characteristics of it and how it feels and the strength. They're super strong though. These are super durable and strong. Like I came across my own little mixture of resins to make this particular nib right here, and it's super durable and super strong. Yeah, so we're gonna do some tests on that in another live as well. Let's go ahead and try the one that's in the Lamy, and this is the bigger one here. Can we see that? There we go. And this is the one that's in the Lamy here. Very similar feel between the two. I don't know why, but it feels like I'm getting more precise writing with this, with the one that's in there. Maybe because it's smaller, Maybe that's what it is. This almost has felt like qualities. I'm not gonna hold you guys. It almost feels like felt. It sounds like felt. Here we go. It sounds like felt. It feels like felt, but it's not felt. It's a really tough plastic. I'm going to work with these and see how long the tips last on them to see when they start wearing down and whatnot. But I do like the design. I am a fan of the design. Okay. All right. Al, how's it going? Hey, what's your top 3 e-ink tabs to write on at the moment? Top 3. Whoa, that's a good one. Top 3 e-ink tablets to write on at the moment. Number 1. Man, I hate to say this, to be honest with you. All right, you know what? The Supernote is gonna be number 1. You know what? I got 3. My top 3, I do have 3. But my number 1 spot is occupied by two devices because I just can't make my mind up which one is better. The Remarkable and the Supernote. They have the best writing feels in the game, and as far as how the pens feel with, because they're made for each other. They're the only ones that have pens that are specifically made for the devices, right? So I think that they do the best job, and the writing feels with those devices. The Supernote and the Remarkable have the best, and they're number 1, and that's two devices. Number 3 would have to be the Go 10.3. The Go 10.3. You put a ceramic nib on a pen. You take it to the Go 10.3. You got an experience right there. That's a good time. You sit back on a Friday night and you're all good to go. Okay, you're good to go. Remarkable 2, Remarkable Paper Pro Move, and Scribe 2024. You're all in on these Remarkables, Aaron. I remember it was a time Aaron was a staunch Remarkable hater. How far we've come, chat. How far we've come. How many people we got here? If you're enjoying the content, give me a like. You know what I mean? Think about subscribing if you're not already. What else we got here? Is there anything? Oh yeah, last thing I want to talk about. So this, I could not get the bigger one to print hollow so I could throw a nib in it. But I did get the Norris Digital Jumbo one to print, and I did throw a nib in there. So let's go ahead and take a look. So right here, we got the Supernote nib, and I got the Crystal nib here, but we don't really need to show that right now. So right here, we got the Supernote nib. This is Supernote ceramic nibs, and this is probably the last time I'll mention Supernote ceramic on this channel because I have a new supplier, and I don't have to go through Ratta anymore. But this is the nib here. This is the hollowed out nib. This is the hollowed out Norris nib. So this is the nib that would fit in the Norris. And as you can see, the head looks a little bit different, although it's the same exact shape as the one that we put in the Norris. Actually, the same exact shape as the one we have in the Norris right now. So same exact shape. It's just that this one is a solid nib. And the one that I have in my hand here is a hollowed out one right here. So it's hollowed so you can put a ceramic nib into it. So we're going to do that right now. So let's go ahead and where's that part? What the hell? I don't even know what side is. Chat, what side is the rounded side? Oh, okay, it's this side right here. Okay. All right, so we're going to put this in through the bottom here. And we're going to push it in. And there we go. Bow. So we got the hollowed out nib, and we got there we go. And we got the ceramic in there. There we go. That's a good shot right there. There we go. Okay. All right. So this is going to be a little bit of a, because I did a redesign, I got to like dial in my settings on the printer to get them to fit properly, which is where I'm at right now, which is why I have prints going in the other room now. Once these fit properly, they fit the nibs properly, they just don't fit the pins properly. So I'm going to get this to fit the pins properly, and I'll be handing these out next instead of the ones that I had. These are stronger than the ones that I've, like, so to the testers out there who's watching, These are stronger than the ones that I had before, and they fit way better than the ones I had before. And you'll see the difference as soon as you get it and use it. So I'm kind of excited to get these into people's hands to use them. Let me know what they think. So we also can fit the crystal nib into here as well. So let's go ahead and show that. I'm only going to be making black initially. I wanted to make black and clear, but I'll save the launch of the clear nib until I launch the stone nibs, which will be probably a month or two after the new version of the crystal nibs go out. Just so I can get those down. I want to learn how to use this Formlabs before I do those. I'm having a hard time printing like clear, tough clear resin on the Elegoo. It's been a trial. And don't even get me started on the nylon. Oh my God, I wanted to pull my hair out. But I will print the solid nibs in nylon because those are easy to print. I can print solid nibs like there's no mañana. It's the hollowed out sub-millimeter nibs that I have a problem with printing. And it's a little bit more difficult. All right, so here's the crystal nib inside the new sleeve. These are beautiful. I really do. I'm really happy about how these are turning out here. Can we? There we go. All right. So, can we get a? Oh, that's even better. Can we? There we go. I just wish I had a background for it. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. That's a nice shot. Okay. Oh, and here's you can kind of look at these. This is a look at some of the stone nibs I have here. I showed some stone nibs before, but the brown ones you see there and the shorter black ones, those are jade. And we also have some, I wanted to show what the older ones look like too before we go. Oh boy, where are they at? Here we go. These are the ones that the testers have right now. So this is the Norris digital jumbo size that the testers have right now. I had to sand these down. They weren't designed for this shape right here. And this shape isn't very uniform, which is why I did the redesign. I'm like, I can't be sanding these. That's not going to work. I'm not a good sander. So, but, and then here is a normal crystal nib that fits in the other standard ones. These are the ones I'm using right now, but these are the ones that I'm trying to replace for the testers. Because the newer variety is going to be a lot stronger and a lot more secure inside the pins. All right. I'm constantly working on these, guys. I'm constantly iterating, constantly working on it, trying to make it the best it can be before I do a full launch of these. Because I want it to, be really good. And with everyone's help, they're going to get there. So I really appreciate all the testers, all the people on live giving me feedbacks. You guys, this is invaluable. It really is. And I trust everyone's here opinion on what's happening too. So I really appreciate you guys for being here and for hanging out to the end of the live stream. Let's get to the chat. Remarkable 2 is still fire today. It does look or feel old. It doesn't. No, it doesn't. It's got a classic design that may never get old, right? UI is noticeably slower than the Paper Pro. Yeah, but the black and white nature of it evens that out for me. Because, waiting for the flashes and stuff, it feels a little bit speedier at some points. Yeah, but honestly, compared to the field, it is not that slow. Yeah. All right, everybody. That's going to be it for me today. I really appreciate everybody being here and just humoring me through the whole demo. I know this is not terribly exciting stuff talking about nibs, so I appreciate everyone who's giving me feedback on these and who's gracious enough to test these out for me. I'm going to get these done this week and get those out to the testers, so hopefully I'll get some feedback within a week or two, and then we can be rocking and rolling, Once I get the green thumb, yeah, these are stronger. These are stronger. I haven't had a problem with it. It's as durable as the ones you shipped before. That's all I care about. A product that I can make myself that's as durable as what I was buying is the point. And I think we're getting there. I think we're there. Testers will let me know, though. I love the honesty. All right, that's going to be it for you guys. Rants About Tech Live, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to kind of whenever. I hope you guys join me for tomorrow's show. What do we got tomorrow? We're going to talk about some more CES stuff tomorrow. Today, I wanted to get this nib stuff out of the way because I've been anxious to talk about it. It's been killing me. So we're going to talk about some CES stuff tomorrow. More of what we other people unearthed. We're gonna see if Vladimir Kostic got some more details on CES that we can talk about, and maybe do some Reddit too. So join me tomorrow. Don't forget. All right, everybody. Until then, take care. Oh, peace out to the chat. Mitch, Aaron. Actually, let's get this going. Mitch, Aaron, Hav, Rob, The Rock, Dr. Ling, eInk. Yeah, I appreciate Aaron, my brother, Mr. Larry Goodman. We had a few people here today. I didn't even realize that we had that many people here today. I appreciate everybody. Thank you guys for being here, and I will see you guys all tomorrow. Peace.